When it comes to starting solids, there are two things I hear parents worry about the most: choking and food allergies. And if you're feeling that stress, you are so not alone. But let's talk about food allergies today. Especially if you've already been through a food allergy with an older child, your whole approach may change. So I completely understand why a parent might drive to a hospital parking lot to try peanut butter, so if there's a reaction, they have access to medical personnel. That fear is real. That instinct to protect your baby, it makes sense. But let's talk about why for most babies that level of precaution isn't necessary. A severe allergic reaction like anaphylaxis during the first exposure to a food is incredibly rare. Incredibly rare, like I'm talking rare. And that's because of how food allergies actually work. At the first exposure, your baby's immune system doesn't usually go into attack mode. Instead, it might quietly tag that food like peanut as suspicious. It creates IgE antibodies, kind of like internal wanted posters, marking that protein as a potential threat. No symptoms yet, just the immune system taking notes. Fast forward to the second or third exposure, now the immune system remembers. It says, wait, we've seen this before and I don't like it. It releases histamine and other chemicals, and that's when symptoms like hives, vomiting, or swelling can show up. If your baby has severe eczema or a known egg allergy, which are considered high risk factors for food allergies, the best thing is to speak to your child's clinician to discuss allergenic food exposures. More about that in my YouTube video on food allergies. A calm breakfast or lunch at home is the safest and most appropriate place to introduce allergenic foods for the first time. Baby is healthy and happy, so they're not sick with the virus. Offer a small amount, like a quarter teaspoon of thin peanut butter mashed with banana. Watch casually for 10 to 15 minutes. There's no need to hover over them. And keep allergenic foods in rotation a couple times a week, because consistency is important to prevent food allergies. If your baby shows more than one mild symptom, like hives and vomiting, call your pediatrician and hold off on that food until further notice. But again, anaphylaxis at first exposure is extremely rare. Bottom line, it's okay to be nervous. But this doesn't have to be an emergency situation. You don't need to panic, you just need a plan. If you still feel comfortable sitting outside an ER, do what makes you feel good, but speak to your child's clinician if this is necessary. And understanding how food allergies actually work, that's step one in feeling more confident and in control. To learn more about food allergies and how to introduce allergenic foods, subscribe and head over to my YouTube channel and see caption for more.